Hello. So let's actually just start with a little bit of sitting. Uh, no need to change anything. No need to resist whatever is coming up. No need to try to turn the moment into any particular kind of experience. Settle in the body. Relax back. So whatever it is that's arising, thought, sensation, perception, in the form of a sound, smell, taste, idea, concept, or an emotion. You can use that as a doorway. Relax beyond that into what it is that is aware of whatever the object is. And from there, just say a few words about non-dual understanding in reference to what in Buddhism are called the Three Refuges. Taking refuge in Buddha, taking refuge in Dharma, taking refuge in Sangha. So it's true, and you'll hear lots of people, many of them won't claim to be teachers, which is understandable, but you'll hear many people say, from a non-dual point of view, there are no practices. And this is said in all different traditions, said in different ways. So you don't need to practice to become you. So that's true. And we can taste that. And then we also, almost all of us, probably all of us, have the experience of, mostly, actually, and then this project is really about trying to, reverse the ratio or something, but most of us are self-identified with a limited self, the conditioned mind, much of the time. And from that side, there are practices. So as Suzuki Roshi said, you're perfect just the way you are, and you could use a little work. And so you could look at the refuges as basically an acknowledgement of that and kind of a practice recommendation. So first refuge, I take refuge in the Buddha. So that really is I think the preeminent one. So taking refuge in the Buddha is taking refuge in consciousness itself, or non-dual understanding. It's returning to, it's knowing the path, the direct path to freedom. And if you can manage that, given the circumstances of your life at any given moment, the rest will take care of itself, more or less. So there's some other things that people will include in the refuge in terms of the historical Buddha and all of that. You can take it or leave it. But the central point really is to understand that you are inherently free now, and not understand in an intellectual way, but as a lived reality. And that's possible for all of us. The second refuge, I take refuge in the Dharma. That's like, if you can't, when you're not able to totally manage like reconnection with your inherent freedom, then you can remember everything is a Dharma. Everything is going to be a thought, a sensation, a perception, an emotion. Some description of that might include relationships, etc. But everything that arises points to the same thing. They're all arising in the same field. They all are objects of awareness, but they're not the same as, they're not separate and not the same as. Both are true. So whatever arises is a doorway into that understanding and relaxing back into it, and then there's an emotion. So not identifying with it, but seeing it as a Dharma. And then the third refuge, I take refuge in Sangha. In the case where, well, I'm going to kind of simplify this, it's not completely true, but in the case, first refuge, it's like, can't quite get there. Oh yeah, I need a Dharma. I need somebody, I need a teaching, I need an object to kind of remind me the way I need some breadcrumbs on the trail. And so Sangha would be a further expression of that. And it's necessary, so even, it's not like, you can abide in this kind of open, spacious awareness, you don't need people. But to the extent that you do, you aren't dependent upon community support in the way that you were before. You see that there is nothing other than community support, so that alleviates the need for this kind of gross expression of it or something like that. But so the third refuge is to remember that we surround ourselves with people and ways of being that point us back towards home. So that's one way that you could frame the three refuges from a non-dual understanding point of view. May you be happy, healthy, and loved.